If it's Wednesday, that means there's new comics. And of course, here at Hometown Comics, we've got tons available for you right here at the beginning of the day. And starting off, we're going to do a quick rundown of what came out. First, we'll start with Generation Hope, issue 4, and they still have that crazy Tetsuo-looking guy who looks like he was a blatant ripoff from Akira. I keep wanting to yell out, Tetsuo! Anyway, it's pretty fun if you are following this story. If you're a fan of Orson Scott Card and Ender's Game, the next segment we have is Formic Wars, issue 1. Last year, they had this awesome 5-issue run of What Ifs, and each issue had a backup feature featuring what if Deadpool got the Venom symbiote, and you had to get all 5 issues to read the story. Well, they reprinted them all in a single issue. So here's Venom, Deadpool, issue 1, one-shot. This is a really fun mini-series, Wolverine and Jubilee, and now it's illustrated by one of my favorite artists, Phil Noto. He's just as solid as they get. Issue 2 continues their kind of journey while Jubilee is dealing with the fact that she's now a vampire. And if that's news to you, you need to read more comics. One of the best new ones, also involving Venom, is Amazing Spider-Man, issue 654.1. And this whole .1 thing from Marvel is a great way to get new readers to start reading some great Marvel stories. Now, a lot of Marvel comics are at $3.99. They've made all of these .1 issues only $2.99. And it's kind of odd me saying only $2.99, but, you know, hey, now this is one of the wackiest issues of the month, and of course, Hulk has always been very interesting, but this one, just like the cover implies, and I'll say no more, you need to read this to believe it. It's just, you'd almost think it was written by some Deadpool writers, and I think actually this writer has written some Deadpool, but anyway, they started up a new Silver Surfer ongoing series. This is issue 1, and it's written by Greg Pak, who's best known for some of his amazing work with Incredible Hulk, with Planet Hulk, and World War Hulk. And he's bringing his amazing writing talents to this new Silver Surfer series. He has Steven Segovia doing some of his best artwork to date. I'm really enjoying it, and as you see, you have Galactus in the background because wherever you have a Silver Surfer, it was heavily influenced by Galactus. But this guy right here, the High Evolutionary, Greg Pak has some great plans involving him and Silver Surfer, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. It's a solid first issue. And finally, the last issue from Warren Ellis and Carrie Andrews, Astonishing X-Men Xenogenesis. And it's just as wacky and out there as you can imagine. Love Carrie Andrews' work. I love Warren Ellis's work, but wow, this is, if you've been following it, you'll be glad it's over. That's all I got to say about it. I mentioned the Marvel .1 thing is really nifty because they're guaranteeing that all those .1 issues are only $2.99. Well, guess what? DC's been starting since the beginning of the year with this initiative to have all their major titles at $2.99. And let's kick it off with Legion, number 10, written by the amazing Paul Levitz. And we have this great throwdown battle between Chameleon Boy and this big old monster-looking thing. I think it's another Durlin. Anyway, it's a great issue, and if you've been reading Legion, you'll really enjoy this one. As I mentioned, all of these DC titles are $2.99. Next, we have Superman Batman number 81. It's part 1 of a brand new story arc. It happens to be written by one of my favorite writers, Cullen Bunn, who's best known for The Sixth Gun and The Damned. And he has a couple of other really amazing books coming out later this year as well. But this is his latest that just came out this week. And it's Superman Batman number 81. Please come in and get it. You won't regret it. For those of you who are rocking on DC Universe Online, well, issue 2 of the brand new series that ties in with the video game just came out. And so follow up on what's been going in that version of the DCU. And it's really neat to see how this story plays out. Moving on to the Bryce Day story arc, we have Bryce Day number 20. And this cover is awesome by Gary Frank. And as you see, Aquaman is having a really rough time right now. And Black Manta is just causing all sorts of trouble. So, but Aquaman is not alone. He has some great allies on his side and some unexpected happenings. This may be one of the best Aquaman stories of all time. Next, we have Green Lantern Corps number 57. And if you've been following Green Lantern Corps recently, you know the whole saga involving the Weaponaire And as you know, the Weaponer of Kord has been causing all sorts of trouble for Kyle and a bunch of the other Lanterns. This is a very important issue. There's a huge conversion that happens in this story, and I won't give it away, but somebody's getting a lot more powerful. One that people have been really waiting on is Green Lantern 62. Now, Hal is having to make some very hard decisions these days, and it's very important that he makes the right decision. And the way Jeff Johns writes it, you feel his struggle. Eventually, he knows there's only one way he has to go. And this pretty much is the point that kicks off the War of the Green Lanterns. So you need to pick up this issue. It's very important. You feel how he knows that each side is right. Next, we have Batman 707. It's still Dick Grayson in this series of Batman. And it's a really awesome series because it brings back one of my favorite villains, the Riddler, and his daughter. Here's issue 1 of Young Justice. Now, we still have issue 0 available, which was a fun introduction to the animated series. From Avatar Press, we have Night of the Living Dead, issue 3, and as you can expect, it's pretty gruesome, it's pretty out there, but if you like zombies and you don't mind a bit of R-rated content, this is your story. This is the 7th week of the year, and so it must be the 7th issue of The Walking Dead Weekly. And as you know, there's a new issue of The Walking Dead every single week, and we still have the previous 6 issues in stock, and they're all just $2.99. Now, March 8th, as you see on the advertisement in the back, is when the DVD arrives for the AMC TV series, which was pretty fun. Some people had some problems with the end, but we're looking forward to seeing how they enter into the 2nd season. Garth Ennis has a new book from Dynamite, and that's Jennifer Blood. And if you know Garth Ennis, you have a pretty good idea what this story is going to play out. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be very well done. So, if you're a Garth Ennis fan or you just like girls kicking butt, then Jennifer Blood is your title. Issue 1 is available today. From Image Top Cow, we have Magdalena, issue 5. And for those of you who have been following Magdalena, you'll really enjoy this one. Zenoscope has Grim Fairy Tales number 55 and Charmed number 6. Some of the graphic novels and collected editions that are new today include DMZ Volume 9, MIA. And Brian Wood has always done just a solid job on this series, and if you haven't discovered DMZ, get on it. Volume 1 is only $9.99 for the first 6 issues, and we always have it in stock. Come in and find out what you've been missing. The entire 13-issue series of Deadpool, Mark with a Mouth, it finally came out in trade paperback. And, you know, it's just a very fun series. Victor Gischler wrote the series, and it's a lot of fun. A really cool historical graphic novel is Lewis and Clark. It's just a very nicely done account of their adventures in discovering the uncharted lands of America. Easily one of the funnest zombie books we've gotten in recently include Can You Survive the Zombie Apocalypse? It is a choose-your-own-adventure story, and it's thick. There's lots of options on here, and you know you're not going to survive, but there might be a chance that if you make the right decision, you can survive the zombie apocalypse. Pirate Flux is a brand new card game that just arrived. It's a lot of fun, and you should check it out. It's for 2 to 6 players and takes about 10 to 40 minutes. And if you like pirates, you'll really like Pirate Flux. And last but not least, we got in a really cool t-shirt. I love brains. Do you really love brains? Come in and find out. We're open tonight until 10 p.m. and we have all of this in stock for you to take home today. Join us next week when we'll have a whole new batch of brand new issues.